Hi boys and girls, today for Skills Unit 5, we are doing lesson 22. And in this lesson, we are learning all about that tricky spelling E. Let's go to our primary focus slide. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to put some words in alphabetical order. You will also be reading words with the tricky spelling E and identify the sound made by E in written words. You will be reading the new chapter called Breaking the Spell with Purpose and Understanding, and you will answer written comprehension questions about key details in the text. Let's go ahead and get started. Here is our tricky E chart. Let's look at our first row. E can make the eh sound, like in the words pet, left, and test. We hear that E making eh in each of those words. In our next row, we have E making that long E sound. For example, we have me, rewind, and she. Okay, we hear that E in each of those words making the E sound. And the last row, we have E making the sound. For example, debate, benefit, and strategy. In each of those words, it's making the sound. Let's go ahead and move on to our next slide where we are going to do some practice on page 22.1. The directions say the letter E can stand for 3 sounds, which we just learned about on the last slide. It can stand for as in bed, E as in me, or as in debate. Each sentence below has a word with an underlined E, and you need to decide which of the 3 sounds do you hear in each word. Okay, let's look at number 1 together. Let's go ahead and read it. His best race is the 100-meter dash. Now, where is that E underlined? In the word meter, yes. And that E is making what sound in meter? Let's look at our options, A, B, and C. Is it making the sound, like in bed? Let's see, meter. No, it doesn't sound right. Let's go to the next one, B. E, as in me. Is it making that E sound? Meter. Me. Yes, it is. So we're going to circle the letter B. Okay, and you can pause this video and complete the rest of this page or do it after. Okay, moving on. Reading Breaking the Spell. Now I want you to think what our last chapter was about. And then what might this chapter be about? Just looking at our picture and based on what happened last time. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our vocabulary words. We have cooing. That is a soft sound that doves make. For example, the doves were cooing as they ate the bird food. Next word, damp. That's an adjective. That's describing something. That means moist. For example, the washcloth was damp. Next word is puddles. That is pools of water, often from rain, right? Example, when it rains, I like to jump in puddles. Not really. My son does, but not me. All right, let's move on. Next slide, we are previewing spellings. Okay, first column here, we have ul spelled L-E. For example, awoke. I'm not sure why that word is in there. I apologize. This is right from my teacher book, so I'm not sure because I don't see an L in there. Do you? Let's go on to the next 2 words. Puddles and tremble. Okay, puddles and tremble have that ul sound in it, not awoke. So just ignore that word. Okay, next column. is the sound and it is spelled with O and E. For example, the word come. That O and E are working together and they make that sound in this word. That can be tricky. Okay, next column. We have that sound spelled with A. For example, affect and away. Okay, and then our last column, we have that tricky word against. What might be tricky about the word against? What do you think? Just by looking at that word. What sound does that A make in against? Yeah, it makes that sound, right? And what else do we have? We hear the G make the G sound. Against. That A-I and against would be pronounced A, but in this word, these letters stand for the sound. Do you hear it? Against. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on. Activity page 22.2. So once you're finished reading the story or the chapter, breaking the spell, you're going to complete these pages. Okay? And that is it for today, boys and girls. I hope you all have